School of Golf is back in session. I'm Blair O'Neal alongside the Professor Martin Hall.
Don't forget our new co-host, Blair.
Excusez-moi?
Mini Mart
Okay.
making an appearance by
All
popular
right.
demand.
I like that. I like
yeah,
this.
well, look, Mini Mart is a toy I've had since I was a kid. Ha,
Okay.
ha. But Mini Mart makes a model for if you wanted to be more consistency. Mini Mart can't use his wrist, but he's actually very accurate. Doesn't hit it that far, but he's very accurate. Stand aside. Mini Mart about to launch. But if you took your wrist action out of your swing, like Mini Mart, you would be very accurate with how you hit the golf ball. Now, I don't know that someone can actually play golf with that limited wrist action. However, if accuracy is your want to make this your best year ever, take some practice swings with the club right between your arms, feeling that the club never comes outside of your arms, doesn't get outside. It probably will when you go to hit the ball, but as the great Ken Venturi used to say, put your wrists in splints, rather like Mini Mart. If accuracy is you want, if you want to take a bit of distance out of it, try and hit one with your wrists in splints to be as accurate as you could possibly be. Here we go, wrists in splints. I don't know if you can see that, but that's about as straight as I can hit it. So try that one at home. It will definitely help you hit the ball straighter.
Thanks for joining us on the season premiere of School of Golf out on the range at Four Seasons Golf and Sports Club Orlando. We are excited to make 2024 your best year ever.
Yeah, Blair, I can't believe how far this show has come, really. It's our 14th season. Incredible. We're here at Four Seasons Orlando. Amazing practice ground, amazing golf course, an amazing day to film today, an amazing co-host to film with.
Thank you.
So I want to try and do some really special stuff in season 14. I want to talk about trying to make this your best year ever. And it starts with what I call a very hands-on approach.
Yes.
Now, Tiger Woods, there's a golfer. What a record, what a player.
He
has a very hands-on approach, and by that I mean he pays particular attention to how his hands go on the club and what his hands do during the golf swing. So the first part of this chapter, this lesson, call it what you will, is going to be about the hands, but it isn't the normal grip lesson that people have had. It isn't that this feet points to this shoulder and this feet points to this shoulder, yawn, 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 boring, boring. No, it's not that. So there's something that most golfers do that they don't know they do, that no good golfers do, and they would know if they did it, and it's not a riddle, it's this. When people who are really good at swinging the golf club, the hands generally don't come off the club and don't come apart. Amateur golfers, for the most part, are letting the hands come off the club somewhere or come apart during the golf swing. Now, before someone says, what about Vijay Singh? What about Shane Lowry? There are exceptions to every rule, but they are a very small exception. So I have a test, if you like, to see if you're keeping your hands on the club.
Okay.
Do you want the test?
I absolutely do.
You're about to be tested.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so this is how this test works, and I'd recommend people do this at home. I'm going to give you a tee in a moment. I'll demo first.
All right.
First tee is going to go on top of the club. I'm sure my down-the-line camera can see that. And I'm going to take my heel pad and put that on top of the club. Second tee is going to go on the top of my lead thumb. And I'm going to stop talking in a minute, which will probably please you, but not for very long, because I'm going to put this tee in this manner.
Ah, the silence.
Yes, it was golden, wasn't it? The tee goes in the bath, but what you can see there now, I've got two tees in that grip. One on the heel pad of my lead hand, one between the palm of my trail and the thumb of my lead. Now, here's the point. During the swing, if you're keeping your hands together, like Tiger Woods and most good players I've ever watched, if you're keeping your hands on the club, at no point will those two tees ever drop out of the golf swing. This is a stern test. Have you taken this test before?
I'm about to find out how it all works. And
it's not so easy, so I'll help you first time. Put your hands on the club.
Okay.
The first tee goes right under the heel pad on top of the club.
All right.
Okay. Put your trail hand on the club. The trail hand is going to go between the lifeline of your trail hand and the thumb of your lead. Now just take a couple of practice swings, and you need enough pressure for this. We're going to talk about pressure in a moment. But particularly at the finish, a lot of people find those tees fall out. So far, so good for Blair O'Neal.
I'm passing.
Okay, well, you haven't hit the ball yet.
That is true.
So let's see what happens when you hit the golf ball.
Let's really put this into action. All right.
See if you can keep those two tees in there, a hands-on approach. Did you keep the tees there? Let me inspect, let me have a look.
I sure did. I passed with flying colors.
Yes, you did. Let me
but
tell you,
I can feel how that
is
could
not
fall
as
off
easy
pretty
as it
easily.
looks, but it is so well worth doing. If the hands are moving on the club when you're swinging or coming apart, highly unlikely to be consistent. Now, we're not going to do it here, but what I would suggest players do at home is maybe put 1, 2, 3. Henry Cotton would even put 15 balls in a row across the tee.
All right.
And see how many balls in a row could you hit without ever re-gripping the golf club.
I like it.
That's a good test to take. Please try that one at home. Now, I mentioned to you there's something about, there's the placement of the hands, Tiger Woods' hands-on approach, but there's the pressure. And I was at a clinic, a good while ago now, but Tiger was talking about his first win at the Masters, the dinner thereafter. So his first win was 97, so 1998. At the Masters dinner, he had Byron Nelson on one side of him, and he had Ben Crenshaw on the other side, quite Masters winners. And Ben Crenshaw started talking about how important it was to hold the club really lightly. And of course, Sam Snead has said over the years, hold it really lightly. And Byron Nelson, halfway through the meal, goes to Tiger, "We'll talk about this later." And they go outside, and Byron Nelson, who of course was an amazing player, he won 18 tournaments in one year, he said to Tiger, "I never held the club lightly." Now, to that point, Tiger said to a small group, not much bigger than the group filming today, he always holds the club at about a 7 or an 8. He holds it pretty tight. Now, we have new technology in golf. There's a company out called Sensor Grip that actually are measuring the grip pressure better than we've ever had it measured before. So here's what we find. If you were to hold the club as tight as you possibly could, hold it up in the air, and try and hold it like Arnold Schwarzenegger on an angry day. Let's give that a 10. Okay, you don't have to do your Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I feel it, though. I feel it.
Yeah. Now let's hold it like Grandma, where it might also almost fall between your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger 10, one more time.
Okay.
And then we've got Grandma, and it falls between the fingers. If you've got a 1 to 10 scale, you want about a 6.
About a 6.
5,
All
a
right.
6, a 7. Here's what you don't want. You don't want a 1 or a 2. I mean, it's the silliest thing I've ever heard. The lighter you hold it, the farther it'll go. No, no, and one more no. People hitting the ball a long way are not holding it light. They're just not holding it their maximum pressure.
Okay.
And Sensor Grip helps us understand
sense.
that. So, give me a scale of about a 5 or a 6. Where would you normally be, do you think, Blair?
I think I would be a 6.
Very good. You must have been to school over the years.
Once or twice.
Yeah. All right, so 6 out of 10 with the scale.
Okay.
Here we go.
6
Let's
out of
see what
10
we've got
right
on
here.
this beautiful day here.
Here we go. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the camera picked that up, but I really can't say it doesn't get much better than that. So, you know, from the bottom of my heart, as someone who's taught for a very long time, take a hands-on approach to your golf game. You will play much better. Make sure you're not letting go of the club. Make sure you have a decent grip pressure, and look forward to your best year ever.